Digital pound should be interoperable with crypto, UK lobbyists said. As you guys know, I don't like CBDCs. I think they're terrible. I think they're awful. But my co-host Zach absolutely loves them for some reason because he thinks it's going to make his tax paying stuff easier. So good for you, Zach. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
So apparently the UK government proposed a model where Bank of England would provide infrastructure for a CBDC, which is they're going to be their digital pound. The lobby groups and crypto firms are welcoming of the plans. Of course, that makes sense. And I kind of am welcoming of it too, because the reason why they're talking about interoperability here is because they want it to be interoperable with crypto in order to be suitable for the future. So it's like they are trying to appease everybody and compromise, unlike what we're doing in the US, but at the same time, no to a CBDC, no. Zach, I'm going to toss it over to you because
I cannot wait to ape my digital dollars into DeFi lending protocols, and I can also not wait to ape my digital pounds into crazy DeFi shenanigans as well. So I hope that this comes to pass, because that really would be a remarkable merging of the worlds of TradFi, central banks, and DeFi degenerates. That really would be something to see. I think the subtext here is that the UK is serious about trying to become a crypto hub, right? You have a crypto-friendly prime minister. You have A16Z setting up shop there saying, hey, the US is not doing it for us. We need to at least send a signal that we're going to be more active in UK and potentially Europe as well. So I think that's certainly the subtext here, is thinking about these innovations and thinking about how they can serve greater economic aims in the UK, which, like, their economy is not doing great. So they're saying, hey, maybe we can embrace this crypto thing in a way that makes sense for us, in a way that protects our consumers, in a way that we can benefit from. And I feel like this is very much part of that conversation as it relates to their efforts with their own CBDC. I know David wants in on this, but Jen had her hand up. I'm going to toss it to her first.
I'll go super quick, and then David, it's all yours. So when we talk about CBDCs being this interoperable money that we can use in the crypto ecosystem, we have something like that already, and it's called stable coins. And I think it's really interesting. Like, they're stable coins. They do many of the same things that CBDCs are going to be created to do, and they address some of these problems that are outlined in this article, right? There's the problem with privacy, and then in the article it says, during the test period, they're going to limit how many CBDCs can be held in each individual's wallet, because again, they are concerned about bank runs. If it's so fast for people to be able to interact with the CBDC, it will be really fast for them to withdraw their money. And stablecoins solve the solution. And so I hope that we see countries looking into stablecoins instead of CBDCs, because they already exist and they address many of the pain points that we bring up on this show when we talk about CBDCs. David?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I tend to agree that private stablecoins are a bit of a better solution for most users. And in particular, I think I have to make the point that the idea that's floating that a digitized pound would somehow help make the UK a crypto hub is optimistic, to say the least. I've written about this quite a bit, and really just like taking a currency and putting it on the blockchain is not going to have a huge material impact on its like global reach. I mean, the pound is down to something like 2% of global currency reserves, and that was before the whole Liz Truss thing. Like, I really feel for them. The economy is in a bad place, but digitizing your currency, regardless of the details, is not in and of itself going to transform your economy into some kind of global network. And I think that there will be some benefits to having the UK chase this crypto center status. I don't think it's something that they will actually achieve in any meaningful sense, in part because, frankly, the EU draft stuff around stablecoins is looking way better and way better designed and way smarter. And the people who are doing it seem to have their heads around the real issues a little bit better. So if nothing else, there's competition right next door from a better currency and with a system that is being designed better from what I see. Wendy, did you want to get in?
Yeah, I just wanted to say really quick, Jen, I agree with you. I think that, like, for the US, the best path forward for a CBDC, and again, you guys, I hate CBDCs, but I have to play the devil's advocate here, okay? Because it's going to happen whether I like it or not. The world doesn't revolve around me, even though it should. Just kidding. But I think that we will have USDC as a stable coin, or the CBDC in the US. I don't know exactly how they're going to do that, because they're going to have to figure out how to kind of merge all of our assets to expand, to integrate that. So maybe it might not work out that way, but I feel like they will use Circle. Circle's already built out. They already have the infrastructure. They know how to do this. They have experience. They've been under heavy regulatory scrutiny. They have to kind of do everything that everybody says. Plus, Coinbase was one of the early investors in Circle, I believe. And Coinbase, a lot of government entities use Coinbase for different types of stuff. So it kind of makes sense for all of these people to join together and oppress us further. Do
we have time for Wendy to tell us why she doesn't like CBDCs? Because they never miss an opportunity to make that point.
Oh, well, I want to make sure that everybody knows they're going to track you. They can potentially stop you from doing things, and you're not going to have access to your money anymore. Plus, you don't want the public servants seeing what you're doing. They're probably going to have it set up to where they can see everything we're doing, but we're not going to be able to see what they're doing. We're not going to know where our taxpayer dollars go. We're not going to know how much our public servants are making or how that they're getting the money that they're accepting from other people. So that's where it gets a little bit problematic for me. And the reason why I feel this way is I haven't seen any type of transparency from our government any way, shape, or form. They say that they do, but I still don't know how there's 3 out of 10 star schools in LA County, considering we're like one of these biggest economies. So 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2 in this case.
Wendy, I'm going to set you up to just take that point further, like bring it home for us. What about people who say, I'm not doing anything bad, I'm not committing any crimes, so I don't care if people can see my transactions?
That's good for them. I don't do anything bad. I'm not committing any crimes, but I don't want people in my business. I don't want someone walking up to me and saying, can I see what's inside your wallet? Can you imagine a complete stranger walking up to you, like when you're walking down the street and you're just like, that's what it feels like to me. And I just don't like it. I like my personal privacy. I also don't want people knowing that I go to store X at 3:00 every Tuesday with my 6-year-old. And that's what I think is going to happen. It could be a bit dangerous.
Scary times ahead, folks. Plus the AI. Don't forget about the AI intersection with all this. Plus the AI.
Stop antagonizing taxes are going to be easier. Ooh. Zach, scary times ahead, but not for taxes.
Just going to press a button. It's going to be great.